I'm not going to intimidate you. I'm not going to intimidate you. Maybe I will intimidate you a little bit. Are you intimidated? Are you falling for me? Are you thinking that because I have a Dickie the Duck stuffed animal with me, that it makes me slightly more approachable? Are we supportive of being off balance? Are we being supportive of one another when sometimes we might be temporarily off balance? I'm not talking about being off balance mentally. I'm talking about being off balance physically, where physically you're trying to train by doing balancing exercises. You're trying to train being off balance so that way when regular gravity is experienced, you're always balanced. This is what Psycho Saturday is as a starting point. Is is do you feel supported? Do you feel like, hey, it's a new day, it's a new weekend, maybe we can get some new outcomes, not new results, but where we're saying, hey, our butt stuck to the sofa, it's going to leave an indentation. So maybe we can adjust how our ass is on the sofa. I'm not saying do dangerous exercises on your sofa. I'm also not saying invite random hoes to come sit on your sofa. Then you're going to be asking, hey, Larry, my sofa got really dirty. My sofa got really dirty. Will you chip in and help me pay part of the cleaning fee? Because when we're off balance, this is how that might lead to a benefit in your life, which is pretending to be popular, pretending to be busy, pretending to be faking it. Nobody's believing any of that. But here's where you can do something that is Psycho Saturday. Hi, I'm your host for Psycho Saturday. What my name is, it's not important. What is important is us practicing things that we would not otherwise do on a weekend. Maybe every day is your weekend because you're unemployed. Maybe maybe that's something that you're wanting to practice. What are we practicing? We're practicing today saying hi to new people. If I'm new to you, good job. You've already embarked on a mission to meet new people, think new thoughts, and experience this crazy situation called YouTube Live, which is where you and I do what? We set aside our stuffed animal. What do? We set aside our preconceived notions. We set aside maybe who we used to be in an effort to not be burned again by relying on people that we already knew. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where if you had a friendship situation and that friendship situation didn't work out the best that it could because your friend got desperate, your friend got tired of you, your friend and you disconnected. Well, maybe we can connect to some new friends while we apologize to that other friend that we might have discounted, that we might have dis dis diseased at. Maybe we have a friend that it wasn't perfect timing. We've all had those relationships, right? Well, some of us have had those relationships. No judgments if you haven't been in a relationship. Who even dates anymore? Psycho Saturday, this is possibly going to be your best Saturday. Saturday night, Sunday morning, Saturday day. Saying hi to strangers that you have not yet met. And I'm not talking about a pickup line. I'm not talking about advanced seduction. And I'm also not talking about cold opens, which is the practice of approaching a person that you've never met and then conjuring up, Larry, the perfect thing to say. You always have the perfect thing to say. Oh, wow, thank you. Thank you. Let's all be legendary together. This is how to mitigate the risk of being legendary, which is on a dance floor, you don't even go out on weekends anymore. At a coffee shop, you don't even make eye contact with attractive people because you're not in your own world. You're worried about a sexual assault allegation. You're worried about getting canceled from your favorite donut purveyor. A purveyor is a person who supplies you with donut. You're worried that because you say hi to somebody who's a customer while getting a slice of pizza that costs $11.50 for one slice of pizza, you're saying, oh my God, I don't want to risk it. This is my pizza supplier. I don't want to have to go to a new spot for coffee. I'm going to not say hi to anybody because if the 37-year-old woman says stranger danger, now I got to go find a new coffee shop. Now I got to memorize the district attorney's phone number. Now I got to deal with police coming to get me because I inadvertently said hi to a obese girl and now she is calling the cops on me. This is why we don't say hi to ugly people. This is why. Because if we did do that, then they can feel good about cancellation. Because the currency that we're dealing with right now is a little bit of negativity. The format and the environment that we're existing in is by default 17 to 30 factors causing one of the genders, one of the 830 genders to go crazy. One of the other two genders, one of the two genders going crazy. Is it because people are sniffing too much litter box? Is it because people are sniffing too much brown? Is it because people are eating too many psilocybin? Am I pronouncing that correctly? How are you guys doing with peptides, that magic new drug that's probably going to have some downside? How are you guys using AI right now? Did you guys use AI? It's July 11th. Have you guys used AI to Have you guys used AI yet to pay for rent? This is Psycho Saturday. This is me conveying kind of a big piece of news to you. Today is July 11. On 7/11/2025, I came up with Web 12. What is Web 12? It's documenting what AI teaches you. Let me give you an example that's going to pay for 1 month of mortgage slash rent slash living expense. I'm going to do this example. You can follow along, or you can better follow along with attention by turning off your television. It's called going from 2 screens to 1 screen. I'm going to show you a pretty good example of what I'm talking about. There used to be no course that I'm selling. I'm selling a joke course. It's $19,000. Christmas time in Miami, it's $19,000. But what makes that funny every time is if you don't make $29,000 before you spend $19,000, you're a retard. We're doing an exercise right now. It's Psycho Saturday, and I am your practitioner of being psycho on a Saturday, which is using AI peptides. Peptides. Write me an essay as if you're Larry Chang against the use of peptides. Please cite side effects. Please use sources that are expert advocating against peptides. Also use Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural, as a alternative to be drug-free and free of peptides. Let me repeat my AI prompt so that way you can make $19,000 before Art Basel, Larry Chang, Miami. Who am I? I'm a person who just farted for the first time in July. I'm Larry Chang. My channel's on what they don't teach you in school. This is my prompt. This is what I asked AI. Peptides. Write me an essay as if you're Larry Chang against the use of peptides. Please cite side effects. Please show drug-free ways. Why peptides are a bad bet. My take is Larry Chang in Real Path to Healing via Joe Dispenza's Becoming Supernatural. Look, I'm Larry Chang, Stanford guy, entrepreneur, credit and privacy advocate who spent decades cutting through the hype and telling people straight about what actually works versus what's just another expensive gamble. Peptides? The latest wellness fad for optimization, healing, anti-aging, muscle, fat loss, and recovery. I'm against them. Hard stop. They're not the shortcut they're sold as on social media and shady clinics. They're risky, poorly evidenced, and often outright dangerous when you factor in sources most people use. People chase peptides like BPC 157, CJC 1295, Loperamine, and similar research-grade compound versions for gut healing, tendon repair, growth hormone boosts, or longevity. People selling you peptides, laughing all the way to the bank. What kind of bank? Bank of Montreal. Bank of Montreal. People chase peptides like BPC 157. The pitch is seductive. Natural amino acid chains do what your body supposedly can't anymore. But here's the reality. Most of the people aren't FDA approved for these uses. They've landed in category 2 on the FDA's bulk drug substances list for compounding precisely because of significant safety risks, including immunogenicity, your immune system attacking them and causing reactions, peptide related impurities, insufficient human safety data. I like ye. I like ye a lot. If you're just joining, what we're doing is using AI, American intelligence. This is cowboys understanding the negative technology of peptides. Documented and potential side effects. I'm Larry Chang. Documented and potential side effects of peptides. Experts aren't mincing words. Dr. Anthony Tam, a family and sports medicine physician, notes that while animal studies sometimes look promising for recovery or anti-aging, there's nothing substantial to show that these results wouldn't translate to humans. Minimal evidence of side effects or consequences of long-term frequent dosing of peptides. Common reported issues include injection site reactions, redness, irritation, pain, fatigue, headaches, gastrointestinal problems. Gray market and unregulated sources add contamination risks, wrong dosing, and manufacturing impurities that can make things far worse. We're on fire right now. Why is this fire? This is fire because I did not see that this is a financial scam. Hello from Germany. I can't really read your name because my screen is on a backdrop. Comment what your name is because I think you put your username in darkness. Oh, are you trying to be undercover? Well, this is what's being uncovered. Dr. Alon Goldwater, assistant professor of sports medicine at Columbia University, highlights that human evidence is extremely limited when it comes to peptides. Most lab and animal studies documented side effects include injection site reactions, headaches, fatigue, nausea. More concerning, these peptides can theoretically interact with tissue beyond the intended targets. The hype machine versus expert reality. Social media and influencers push peptides as safe, effective, and revolutionary. Oh. Limited human trials, mostly short term or small scale, plus heavy reliance on animal data. No robust long term safety profile for the doses and combinations people are using. As one physician put it very well, there's no safe way to use unregulated peptides because of mislabeling, contamination, unknown long term risks, and the disconnect between marketing and clinical evidence. Risks can include heart issues, insulin sensitivity problems, and potentially fatal outcomes and bad batches. I'm not against all peptides, approved ones like insulin and certain GLPs. The real alternative, we are using AI right now. We are cowboys understanding the negative technology of social media pushing you to use peptides. Nice. I like your username. It's very complicated. Are you a woman? Are you a complicated woman? The real alternative, becoming supernatural, the natural way. Who writes this stuff? Who writes this stuff? Instead of injecting foreign peptides and hoping your body doesn't revolt, turn inward. Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural, shows exactly how ordinary people achieve extraordinary healing and transformation without drugs, peptides, or external crutches. Larry Cheng and Joe Dispenza blend neuroscience, epigenetics, heart-brain coherence, Chapter 7, Chapter 6, meditation practices, Chapters 4, 5, 6. The science of you and your brain on meditation. Dispenza blends neuroscience, epidemics, and heart-brain coherence. That, by the way, was my second fart of July. I never fart, so when I do, it's kind of like a fart. I guess it's just gas that comes out of your butthole. Normally that doesn't happen. Why? Because I've trained my gastrointestinal system to be perfect. Perfect poo, perfect, no gas required, because gas, it's just where your body's having a hard time and now has to expel gas. Have you ever smelled a person's fart and you're like, what crawled up your butthole and then caused that smell? What foreign entity entered your stomach and small intestine, large intestine, and made the worst smell I've ever smelled? Sulfur. What crawled into your cavity, died, festered in there to die, and then those festering gases got expelled out of your butthole? That was the worst thing I've ever smelled. Have you ever slept next to a girl and then she farted in the middle of the night? Do you know why? Do you know why that happens? It happens because she ate within 5 hours of going to sleep. Do you know why that happens? It happens because people's buttholes relax at night. And then when her butthole relaxes, when her butthole relaxes, she farts. This is also why some people who are not healthy, they have leaky butthole. They have leaky pussy. It's not a pussy that's wet leaky. It's leaking, meaning there's growth of her uterine lining outside of her uterus. I blame these things on inflammation. We're going to solve these things. It's called the real alternative to peptides, becoming supernatural, the natural way. Larry Cheng and Joe Dispenza. Key principles of doing this. Move beyond your old personality tied to past thoughts, past emotions, and old habits. By dying to the old self and losing and being reborn into a new future vision. Wow. What is wrong with my body today? I've never coughed and I had 2 farts. We're going to meditate for healing. We're going to be healing. I'm going to heal right now. Using meditation to enter the present moment, tune into the quantum field of infinite possibilities, create heart coherence, synchronize heart and brain rhythms, produce powerful electromagnetic fields. Let's do that right now. I farted twice and coughed once. Meditate with me. Green tea optional. Uh-oh. People didn't want to meditate. I don't want to meditate, Larry. You meditate. Okay, I will. True story. My most popular video is where I'm doing a guided meditation. Popular video is a guided meditation. I'm literally doing nothing else besides meditating. So many busyness things to do before meditating. What are we meditating for? We're meditating to connect our selves to each other. We're meditating in a quiet time where you and I are in a guided meditation. Let me guide you on Psycho Saturday. Let me guide you. So we're focused on this paragraph. It's use meditation to enter the present moment. Tune into the quantum field of infinite possibilities and create heart coherence. That's chapter 6. I keep getting the chapter wrong. It's 7. And we're doing this to do what? To just focus. So let's gently close our eyes and breathe in through our nose, out through our nose. In through our nose, out through our nose. Ooh, I hear my body healing, my gastrointestinal system healing. Fart 4. Forgiving my body for having 4 farts in July all in the past 5 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And forgiving the hot girl who farted in bed when she fell asleep, because she'd been holding her farts in all day, and at night it became too much for her to hold in. Forgiving someone for farting on her dick, we can just use soap to wash that off. In through the nose, out through the nose. I almost went out through my mouth. That's what she said. Because our meditation, it doesn't need to be perfect. If you're just joining us, we're meditating. This is going to be the most significant time you've ever spent on a YouTube live doing nothing. Oh my God. That's what meditation is. Heart-brain coherence, chapter 7. Becoming supernatural, ducking peptides, cowboys understanding negative technology. Breathe in through the nose. And notice how on every inhale and exhale, you can feel your body healing. In through the nose. Focus your brain on meditating instead of focus on meditating. Meditate on the fact that I got a full scholarship from University of Illinois. Breathe that in. Just breathe that government assistance in. It's technically government, not assistance, because like the government assisting me in getting a full ride to the University of Illinois, we're going to meditate for those fuckers that pulled my scholarship. In fact, if my scholarship via government assistance of a full ride to the University of Illinois didn't get pulled, I wouldn't be rich right now because I was angry. Angry enough to make money in a positive way, solving sorority girl credit card problems. Let's meditate on how genius I am. In through the nose, out through the nose. All I ever do is hear you bellyache about you and your belly. In through the nose, and you giving me advice on gastrointestinal management. That's rich. Out through the nose. Government assistance. I smell it on you. Take it away from yourself. No more sucking at the teat of your sugar daddy, the government. In through the nose. Forgiving people that are on government assistance, cheating the government. Out through the nose. So much cheating. I forgive the cheating. Oh, I feel healing. Do you feel that? Oh, I'm going to heal. I'm going to heal a lot of women tonight. I'm going to heal a lot of women. It feels like one of those special week. Okay, it's basically every weekend, but it's still special because I'm thankful that I'm on a generational run of putty, which is I'm going to heal a lot of women. Why? Because I'm not just going to say, give it up, or thank you for giving it up. I'm going to say, hey, before we do that, because I know you want to, why don't we heal you and me separately, but together? So, what we're doing here, if you're trying to benefit for the first time, is we are benefiting from a book that you go get at the library, Joe Dispenza. Practice Blessing Becoming Supernatural. You're going to benefit $800 one time. Just do this one time. You talk so much. It's like I'm your only connection. I'm not a friend to you. This is a fake relationship. You're talking to social media. We are not friends. I'm friendly, but be your own best friend. I'm not your future best friend. Benefit $800. Actually, I am your fake, real best friend. This is how to make $800. We're talking about peptides, Cowboys understanding the negative technology, cunt, of peptides, bad. Practice rehearsing the emotions and state of your healed, optimal future self until your body believes it's already happening. This shifts gene expression and biology. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm just reading from my script. Let me repeat that. Practice blessing the energy centers, mind movies. Chapter 8 is mind movies. All you do to make $800 is people say retarded shit, and then you say genius shit. This is an example of genius shit. Pay me $800. Not you pay me $800. You're saying to other people, pay me $800. Practice blessing the energy centers, mind movies, vivid visualization charged with elevated emotions like gratitude and thankfulness. Have you ever said anything remotely resembling thankfulness or gratitude? Ouch. Ouch. This shifts, this shifts, this shifts you. You just got shifted. Cowboys understanding new technology. You just got shifted. Cunt. Cunt. Cowboys understanding new technology. Cunt. I'm the cunt whisperer. You're a cunt. You're a cowboy understanding negative technology. Rehearse the emotions and state of your healed, optimal future self until your body believes it's already happening. This shifts gene expression and biology. Blah blah blah. You sound like a broken record. Are you are you texting to chat? Are you using voice chat, voice memoing? Is spitting out thoughts from your brain right directly onto your smartphone using dictation, but by dictating a lot of words, you're showing a high volume of grooved words. Grooved, meaning your brain is stuck on a groove. You sound like you're saying the same things over and over and over, and you're talking pretty fast because you're trying to chant. basically all your low vocabulary words, one, show that you haven't read one book in 10 years. Two, your brain doesn't get new things, and this is why you're addicted to my channel. You've been watching my content a little too strongly because what you're trying to do is you're trying to fight your brain learning something new. If I were loving towards you, I would ban you and make you go read a book. But I need the views. I currently have an audience size of 13 people. That was hilarious on 10 levels. Hey, welcome. Welcome. That's cool that you're a first time viewer. That's cool. Welcome. My channel's on What They Don't Teach You in School. We are coming out of a meditation. The problem that we're citing, cowboy me, understanding us, negative technology, peptides, is what? Is going from drug and peptide reliant to learning new things, Joe Dispenza. And a certain member of our audience who's very chirpy chappy to say, Chirpy Chappy says, "You are not a cowboy. Cowboys understanding negative technology. That's you. That's me telling you you're a cunt. You can be a cowboy too. You are a Caucasian understanding negative technology. You're a cunt. And this is how I'm the cunt whisperer. This is why I pull women who act like lesbians who hate men. Have you ever met a lesbian faker? She's fake hating men. And then she meets the cunt whisperer with a cowboy hat on. She says she doesn't want masculinity. She says she doesn't want toxic masculinity. She says she'll never hook up with a billionaire or a pirate or a cowboy or an alpha male. She says these things. Her vagina betrays her. We are cunt. We are cunt hurting. We're hurting cunt. Caucasian, Larry Chang, understanding new technology. Because social media, it's relatively a new technology, but it's one of the major factors causing women to go crazy. Because what happened with Larry Chang, me, having such BDE, which is big penis energy, rare in Asians. Okay, but this is why. I'm transferring my big dick energy to you, ladies and cunts. Ladies and cunts, which is 17 factors causing feminized men to go crazy, which is pretzeling your brain to somehow adhere to the ever-changing rules of man to woman, woman to man sexual relations. Is it bad that I'm proud of myself? Pretty often. Thank you for talking about my penis. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for every accusation with cunts is a confession. Busted. Busted. Caucasians understanding the negative technology of you can say whatever you want your message got hidden. And then when your hidden message became revealed, it made you realize that you're just worried about inches added to your penis. You're hoping that you can verbally add inches because I don't think your penis works. I don't think your penis is used by anybody but yourself. Every accusation is a confession. I got my penis farted on. That's because she relaxed her anus. She was so tired from holding in her farts all day, and she wanted me to stay over. She farted on my penis. She farted on my penis. This is Cowboys understanding negative technology. Let's go. When your message is held for review, you're probably doing some pretty crazy programming. This is Caucasians understanding the negative technology of cunts on social media, specifically women. So this is what happens. This is the wiring. This is how to do. Uh, this is how to do cunt wrangling. This is how to turn that frown upside down, which is, I don't think you could say cunt. Oh, oh, once we start policing words, we're not experiencing 2026. We're experiencing 1984. You see, there's this book. It's not meant to be a playbook. It's a fictional book about a fascist society. All the truths are inverted, and women are leading the 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 march towards Crazy Town, simultaneously Pound Town, simultaneously cunt everywhere. And it's not that it's raining cunts, because this revolution doesn't have a radio tower for you to knock down. This is why 1984, it's hilarious. Why is it hilarious? There are 5 components to this joke. Joke component number 1: this Roman Empire collapse will be televised. So the reason that that joke's funny is if you never think about the Roman Empire, you are screwed. Because if you're in the best country in the world, United States of America, you got to realize that we are the Roman Empire. And the good news here is, if perfect news, not news that's perfectly good, but if anybody can say anything, the truth rises and you can't shut it off. You can try to be YouTube and turn off my microphone. You can try to be YouTube and blah, 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 blah. But what you can't do is undo this truth. This Roman Empire collapse will be televised. Oh, here it is. I thought I lost it. I thought I lost it. Luggage claim check. Wow, there's a lot of messages held for review. Joke number 2. Joke number 2. This revolution will be the first revolution that's actually televised. There is no way to turn off all the cameras, even with an EMP device. What's an EMP device? It's the thing that tries to remove electricity from the planet. Joke number 3. The Roman Empire still exists via the Catholic Church. It's still going. Everybody watch your buttholes. Everybody watch your buttholes. Clip it. I gotta figure out who I gotta make a moderator. I found my first moderator. Adding as a moderator. Your timeout is going to be super short. Your timeout's probably going to be shorter than my timeout because I'm reading. When you have a message held for review, just restate it so that way it's not held for review. Are you giving me dating advice? You giving me dating advice is like you giving me football, basketball, baseball playing advice. What? Oh my God. Thank you for telling me that you are no longer even trying to date. Uh, I fat thumbed somebody away. It was my accidental fat thumb. Sorry about that, but I'm sure you've got 5 other aliases. Come back with another alias. I can't undo it. Sorry about that. Actually, you know what? I'm not sorry. You have a stupid username. Your username's dumb. Welcome to Psycho Saturday, where apparently people are giving me dating advice. Trying to give me dating advice is like giving Albert Einstein thoughts on physics. I can give Albert Einstein notes on his E equals mc squared. I can give him thoughts on the rule of 72 compounding interest. I can do that because I am a top 50 physicist. This is Psycho Saturday, where I set aside 2, 3, 350, 400 points of my IQ to operate at 88 points of IQ. Look at how dumb my cowboy hat is. Look at how dumb my face is. I wish you could hear some of the conversations that I had with females that are older than 22, younger than 23, because I'm not going to just talk about linear algebra and the array fields as it pertains to AI decision making. I'm not going to talk about that within layer wave 3 of AI. Wave 4 gets away from linear algebra and moves towards arithmetic creativity. Creativity from simple math. What I'm saying at the 7th grade level, which is Web 12, which is whatever I say, just write 12 sentences about. It's a book report. It's a book report. Caucasians understanding new technology. Caucasians understanding new technology. It's the new technology of social media and how it made women absolutely go insane. This is what I'm talking about after I dump an entire waterfall of urine. Pussy. That's what heals people, Roger A. Larry, how do you stay at the same level of crazy and not go into complete madness as I predicted a year ago? What a terrific question, Roger. By the way, if you guys want to try to use Instacart, I recommend that you try Instacart and use my referral code, Roger A2415D. If you could put my referral code in the comments, that would be appreciated. You can make $800 and I'll make $0 because it's actually Roger's referral code, but I will help you make $800 because I think the referral is only $250. Here's the referral code that I'm talking about. It's Roger A2415D as in distribution. Because Raj of God has asked me, Larry, how do you stay at the same level of crazy and not slip into complete madness as I predicted a year ago? Vagina. I'm heavily dosed on vagina. I'm microdosing caffeine at maybe 2.2 milligrams per week. Microdosing caffeine. But I'm regular dosing Ginny. I'm regular dosing Putty. I'm not overdosing on pussy. I've done that before. Oh, one weekend I had a tear, just a tear. Think about it as a generational run. Think about it as being able to just read a book and then come up with prequels and sequels. Now that you let me close to Wave 4 AI, linear algebra, it's if I feel unstoppable. What's also going to help from my confidence transfer to you, come on, write it out. Roger A2415D. Come on, write it out. Because this is the thing that I'm also going to transfer to you. The D is for distribution. I'm also going to transfer something incredibly amazing. Incredibly amazing. Incredibly amazing. Which is this. Exactly 1 year ago today, I came up with Web 12 on 7/11 day. Why is 7/11 important? Because I have a co-founder for the company Duck9. He did all the work. I think he came up with the idea too, and he did all the work. His name is Matt Smith. Everybody thinks Duck9, Larry Chang. But I keep telling people there's two other co-founders. Steven didn't do shit. Larry Chang just benefited from the shit. And Matt Smith, I think he forgot that he even worked on this, even though he did all the work. Matt Smith. Now I realize that everybody liked T. Smith. And I know a lot of people also have a lot of friends named David Jones. I'm talking about David C. Jones because they know each other, they just forgot. This is the cowboy understanding new technology for linear algebra as it transfers to Wave 4 AI. We're currently in Wave 3. And Wave 3 is, it's going well. It's just not going great. But this is occasions understanding new technology for Wave 4 AI on the anniversary of Web 12. When we're using linear algebra, we stand a shot at complexities. This is what I'm going to do tonight. I'm inviting some sloot cunt to church, and I'm going to get her to learn linear algebra. The game within a game. See, Roger's asking me, Larry, how do you stay at the same level of crazy and not slip into complete madness? This is how. I play a game within a game. It's called Playing Vagina on hard mode. You don't get to kiss my special spot until you learn a modicum of linear algebra. In the church parking lot, buy me a burrito. Will you buy me a burrito? I'm going to be hungry later. This is Cowboys understanding negative technology. She's going to want to touch her doom scroll. I have a Faraday cage, a mobile Faraday cage. It's a cage where no cell messages get in. It's a cage. so that way I can free her mind. Do you ever open up your phone and forget what you're doing? Me, I don't. I always remember what I'm going to do. Why? Because I never open up my phone and forget what I was going to do. That's training. That's cunt training. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's Caucasian Larry. It's Larry the Caucasian understanding native technology. Because over on Rumble is over there, Bumble is over here. You want to see Rumble? You don't need to see Rumble. It's just another screen. Is we're never opening up our phone, forgetting what we're going to do. This is Mushi, Moshe, Mushi. Basically, it's pronounced Mushi, Mushi, Mushi. Because those three words are actually different. But they're the same thing. It's Mushi, Mushi, Mushi. This helps you never open up your phone and forget what you're doing. Look at how many times I did a request, side quest, original quest, which is Yomeyama 9. Think of this as dating themes. Think of this as a game within a game. Think of dating as a game. People already do. My friend Tim Ferriss did AI via ML, which is mechanical Turk, machine Larry, machine learning, machine Larrying, his inbound text messages for his dating apps. Tim Ferriss, 4-hour work week. Tim Ferriss, 4-hour body, 4-hour chef. The 4-hour sex date. My God, these jokes just write themselves. I'm asking a real question so that way I'm training cunts. Do you ever meditate? When was the last time a stranger bought you food? And your date. When was the last time a stranger bought you and your date food? This is how it gets done. You ask other people, hey, I want to buy you your food. And they're like, fuck you, you're buying me food. I'm buying you food. And then you say, no, this is cowboys understanding new technology. It's the new technology of seducing other people to buy you food. Then they say, no, you can't buy my food. I'm buying your food. And then you fight about it. And then afterwards, when they get the sense that you really want to pay, you let them pay. Is that psycho? It's not. It's not. It's the most normal thing. This is 17 factors causing women to go crazy. Women right now are having a hard time getting one man to buy them one drink. Ladies, this is me helping you helping cunts get drinks. I can't believe I can't believe I can't believe that all this feminist movement needed was a Larry Chang. Ladies, this is how to get a man to buy you a drink. So easy, it's so easy. You say, I'm thirsty. In fact, that's probably the best way to do it. You're going to make it more complicated than it is. But that's what women do. They talk about problems, they have zero inclination to get their problem solved. And that's not good. But let's say you want a more complicated version of getting men to buy us drinks. Or in my case, because I'm heterosexual, getting women to buy me drinks. I have spent $0 drinking. $0. $0.0. This is how I do it. 99% of the time, all I do is say, I'm thirsty. That's all I say. And then when there's anything else, all I still say is, I am still thirsty. I'm thirsty. But I get it. You want a complicated one. I get it. You're wanting one that works for you because you're not a cowboy. You're not a cowboy and you're not hot. This is so easy for me. It's so easy, which is this topic: getting people to buy you a drink. Solution: I'm thirsty. I'm going to go get myself something to drink. Do you want anything? That's okay. But you're a woman. This is how you sound. I'm thirsty. I'm going to go get something to drink. Do you want anything? Any self respecting guy will be, I'll go with you and buy. Any self respecting guy who has any amount of money saved in the bank, even if he's got negative income, negative savings, negative net worth, he's still going to use a credit line to buy women a drink. But we're at the level of drink purchasing that men are spending Larry Chang levels of money for drinks. Again, this is how to get men to pay for drinks for women. This is the cunt whisperer. I'm the cunt whisperer. I'm the vagina whisperer. I'm the dog whisperer. I'm the seasoned executive whisperer. I am the whisperer, which is tech sales. This is a technical sale. This is the easiest tech sale you'll ever do, which is buy me one drink, sell me this pen. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, it's going to get super funny, but you could be scared. This is how to get a free drink. I'm thirsty. I'm going to go get a drink. And then you turn and you walk. But you don't walk away fully. You say, by the way, can I get you something? By the way, do you want anything? Not can I get you something? I'm going to get a drink. You want anything? And you kind of do a deadpan. Because if the guy is a dick and poor, he'll be like, yeah, get me a beer. This is how you're going to close for drinks, dinner, and a $4,000 credit line incursion because every human right now in America, they're working on fumes, meaning credit line, meaning most people are tapped. Most people they literally can't buy one drink for themselves. Like people are tapped. Oh, you can be upset at this, or you can just lap it up the way that it's going to be lapped up tonight. Respond to what I'm saying versus one word responses. You're having a hard time processing information. This is what we're working on. We're working on the cool concept of let's try to get people to buy us drinks. This is girl to guy. We're going to do guy to girl later. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. Gonna go get a drink. Do you want anything? The reason you present it like, do you want anything, is you're not gonna enthusiastically say, do you want anything? Can I get you something? Because then they're gonna be like, yeah, I'd love a beer. Oh, you want beer? What kind of beer? I think they got an IPA. They got cans of beer. What have you been drinking so far? If the guy says, "Oh, get me whatever, get me a bottle of Modelo," memorize this. Memorize this. Okay, well, if I'm flying, you're buying. Credit card. You do it this way because if you're a girl, you're not going to go buy a drink and bring it. Like, that's just not in the calculation of, unless you're trying to roofie the guy with a blue pill. That's what happens to guys like me. But guys like you, no girl is going to fly and buy. Plus, you're being a cunt by making her go get you a beer because you've been talking for 40 minutes. She's probably going to blow you inside of an hour and a half or 6 hours if it's 9:30 on Saturday. That's just how the math works. You can't be a complete cowboy and make her go buy drinks and bring it back. That's also a safety issue. This is what you say, ladies. You say, if I'm flying, meaning if I'm going to go get the alcohol, you're buying. Give me a credit card. You can say I buy my own drinks, but 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 that's one of the 17 factors causing women to go crazy. This is one of the 17 factors causing women to go crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because one, you have a name that sounds like a dude. Two, your username and your persona, it sounds like you're a dude. Dudes say this. I buy my own drinks. In fact, we'll be at the bar and women will be like, I buy my own drinks. What? 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 I'm not trying to get you to sleep with me. You wanted to blow me. You're the one who came over to say hi to me. I'm just spending time here so that I don't ditch my friends who have no game. I'm the social lubricant. You wanted to fuck me. You wanted to fuck me as soon as you walked in here. I get it. I get it. You don't understand that one of the 17 factors causing women to go crazy is I buy my own drinks, Larry. I buy my own drinks. Cool. I'm happy that you can buy your own drinks. This is how to get hot guys who are rich to buy you a drink. Let me repeat that. When it comes to taking the drink order, this is critical in closing the deal on flipping who's going to be paying for drinks. Now, before you say, oh, but Larry, if you're so rich, why don't you just buy a drink? Because a $22 drink at 11 nightclub in Miami is like a penny on the ground when you're rich. That's true, but here's the problem with men purchasing drinks. We're damned if we do buy you drinks, we're damned if we don't buy you drinks. This is what happens when 17 factors causing women to go crazy, which is that programming, that wiring that's feminist, that was programmed by women that hate women 5 to 10 years younger than those women. Now I'm going to lose if I do buy you a drink. I'm going to lose if I don't buy you a drink. And now everybody's going Dutch, and it's so awkward to go Dutch. I leverage the awkwardness of going Dutch because I counter programmed, counter measured, counter intelligenced your default feminist programming. This is Psycho Saturday. This is stuff that they don't teach you in school, which is how do you get people to buy you things as a rich person? How do you get people to buy you drinks as a person who obviously has $50,000 in credit card debt and over $100,000 in school loan debt? How do you owe six figures, yet you're 7 years away from your 4-year degree? Congratulations, you have pretzeled your brain into that shit scenario. This is why you're such a cunt, because you owe six figures, but you, if you're being honest, you're 3 to 8 years away from a 4-year degree in engineering that produces money. This is why women are default unemployed. 17 factors causing women to go crazy. Your master's degree, it's worth exactly $0. But what's good about this video is I will take your shitty non-degree in sociology encouraging social programs, and I will whisper the cunt out of you by the end of this weekend. Maybe by the end of this video, if you can take some paper notes. Which is, okay, I'm thirsty. I'm going to go buy my own drink. Do you want anything? And you say, do you want anything? And you're kind of like, you're deadpanning it. Not, oh, can I get you something? If the guy doesn't say, oh, I'll come with you to the bar. If the guy is a complete loser, then ladies, you're going to want to sleep with them even more. That's how your crazy brain is wired. But we're going to be less of a loser hunter because I am the cunt whisperer. You're trying to sleep with a male cunt. This is Cowboys understanding your negative technologically operated brain, which is us connecting to gender reversal entrepreneurship exercises, which is transgender, which is squeezing a lesbian for some free drinks, squeezing a cis heterosexual for some drinks. This is how we do it. Oh, you want a beer? What kind of beer would you like? What kind of beer? I think they got Corona. Would you like a lime in that? Yeah? What do I look like, a cocktail waitress? Go place your drink order elsewhere. I'm never coming back. If the guy doesn't run after you, he's not heterosexual. If the guy doesn't immediately say, "Oh no, I'll buy your drinks for you," he is got $300,000 in credit card debt. His credit line is $260,000. This is how to get men to buy you a drink. Now, this is one of the 17 factors causing women to go crazy, which is everybody's trying to be independent. And when you're trying so hard to be independent, you're going to become dependent on the government or some daddy that isn't a sugar daddy. It's going to be a salt daddy. You're going to be in the salt mines. You're going to be slinging dick or butthole or pussy for a slice of bread. 17 factors causing cunts to go crazy. This video just went next level. So the reason we're getting better at asking for money is that this is how most cunts ask for money. Will you buy me a drink? And you'll just say that the way that I say I'm thirsty. When you do it that way, you're showing that you're unemployed. When you do it that way, you're showing that you're the worst money asker in the world. This is why cunts have even stopped drinking free drinks. Where you can ask non sequitur questions, or you can say, "Oh my God, this is some of the most genius stuff I've ever learned," which is in bullet point moving ahead. Because this is how people go out on dates now. It's default Dutch. That's a problem. This is the solution. The solution to default Dutch is to wrangle and understand that men of means are doing something called drizzle drizzle, which is understanding the business model of dating. Men want sex. Men want to date and get as much sex as possible, especially if the man got beat up when they're in school. Me, I didn't ever get beat up. I was doing the beating. This is why I wired the way that I am, which is wiring you to be slightly better. This is Dutch disease. So the way to solve Dutch disease is this. Is you say, "I'm hungry. I'm going to go get food. Do you want something?" And if the guy doesn't say, "Oh, I'll come with you, my treat," you've done the negotiation up front. And you might be upset at, I don't know, the fact that women are having a hard time asking for money. Because of this. There's not a fine line with entitlement, but there is a sophisticated, street smart way to ask for food and drink and food. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing this weekend. So you can say one word answers. This is you not understanding the negative technology of feminism, because you can't quite have a counter argument. You can't quite have a rebuttal. You can just go right to name calling. "Thank you for telling me that I'm winning here," because if you can't address on a platform which basically is no filter. Say whatever you want to say that is addressing the intellectual points that I'm making. And when you throw up the white flag, which is surrender, which your people often do, surrender, 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 you're not understanding what I understand, which is this is how to tame and train the cunts. And the cunts that I'm talking about are men who refuse to pay for things. There are men who refuse to take financial responsibility, but then we don't blame men who are not addressing financial responsibility for sexual acts committed by a prior man resulting in a baby. I'm not going to take on your financial burden because you have 3 babies with 3 separate baby daddies. Do you get it? Do you get it? Because in order to duck and avoid that bankruptcy scenario, you are going to ask for money. You're going to ask for money. You're going to ask for money. And now we're getting somewhere. And now we're getting somewhere. Watch out, ladies. I'm a male feminist. Scary Larry is going out this weekend. Emoji, emoji, emoji. Good job, you, because I didn't know that you're a man. I thought you're a woman. But that's the pretzel nature of cunt. You see, the reason that your vagina's tubes got tied is there's a saying, it's called, why are your panties in a knot? There's a saying called, you're not wearing any underwear right now, which is gross, but your pajama bottoms are tied into a knot, which is a pretzel. So maybe you don't put your pants on one leg at a time. Maybe you put one leg on and then you twist, 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 and then you put it on, and then oops, your small penis and your testicles got racked because you twisted the leg. That is your brain thinking on pretzel. You've put your panties and pajama bottoms with no underwear. Oh, it's crazy how the camera goes 2 ways, doesn't it? The reason I know that you're wearing your pants wrong is what's coming out of your mouth. No filter. I'll even post your negative. There you go. Say whatever you want to say. Say whatever you want to say. That's actually genius. Say whatever you're going to say. I'm not going to put you in timeout. I'm not going to put you in timeout because when we express ourselves, we reveal our ability to process new information. Pretzel. So when you're pretzeling your panties or your boxers, because you're a dude, when you put them into a knot, they're not operating properly because they're supposed to be one leg, and then your dingleberry is right here. This is your dingleberry. You don't want to zip up your dingleberry. This is not something about Mary, where you don't want to put your undergarments in a pretzel. Kind of like your bra. The back fat is causing your bra to twist and cut away your circulation. Now your boobs are going to be even smaller because the sizing of your bra is inaccurate. You're using your bra like it's a girdle, trying to press that back fat, somehow pulling it forward. Oh, my boobs look really good when I wear this one bra, but it's kind of uncomfortable. Pretzel. This is cunt management, which is your brain a pretzel by default? I don't know how to pronounce your username. Why don't you just tell me your real name? Why don't you just tell me your real name? Instead of Jimmy has a username that I can actually associate to. Yeah. What is your name? What is your name? I don't even know. If this is your brain on a pretzel. Tell me what your first name is. Tell me what your first name is. I understand these are really hard questions. I understand that these are really hard questions. I understand. I get it. This is what we're also getting, which is managing cunts. Cowboy understanding negative technology. Caucasians understanding new technology, cunt management. You can see how I got it wrong, right? How do I pronounce that? In Esma? There you go. See, now we're getting somewhere because at least I cared enough to ask you what your name is. But you can see how when it's all one lowercase, that's not a name that Inesma, like that's not a name that just rolls off where you look like a Betty. You look like a Jill. You look like a Madison. You look like an Inesma. Oh, I like that. I like that. Is that a boy name or is that a girl name? Or do you even do you even do you even or do you even? Let's go. Let's go. Which is cunt management. We're in a society where people don't trust people, people don't treat people, people are barely enjoying a weekend. Why? Because most of us have two jobs. If you're working one job and that pays for your expenses, you're rich. If you're able to buy a bunch of bathing suits that keep people from swimming in your pool naked, you're rich. I don't like people swimming in my pool naked. I don't like that. But I'm not going to buy every bathing suit size. But then it turns out something that other people don't know about bikinis. All bikinis are the same size. Did you know that? I had no idea. I had no idea. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I had no idea. I was thinking size 6 is different from size 2, is different from size 8. Now, granted, size 14 is a entirely different thing, but I don't even do that. I don't even venture anything above 10, really. Did you know that all bikinis are the same size? They're all literally the same size. Why did I buy a bunch of bikinis? Because I don't want people swimming naked. Why do you warehouse bikinis? And this is actually income earning. Pay attention. I have to pee again. No, boo. No, boo. Yes, boo. Problem. Body positivity. Problem. At the pool, there is no such thing as body positivity. If you're immensely fat, that's not a good thing. Body positivity. Are you a size 2? I have a bathing suit. Problem. Skinny dipping. Not cool. Problem. I don't have my bathing suit on me. Problem. We're all going to go swimming. You're going to need a bathing suit. Problem. Being able to solve problems using a protocol that is problem solving. What's the problem that we're going to solve? Which is, I give myself permission to solve your problem. Problem. You don't have a bathing suit. Problem. It seems weird to warehouse bikinis. Problem. Victoria's Secret sometimes doesn't stock bikinis. Problem. I don't want to go to the mall to go buy you a bathing suit. In fact, I don't even want to go shopping with you. Problem. What if I were to solve your problem? Solving your problem causes more problems to be discovered and then solved. Before you think that, oh, must be a recording because this information is dispensed with perfect timing. This is not AI. This is me reading all of these comments and responding. Problem is, what would we do after we solve the problem to then improve at more problem solved, which is the bikini problem. The problem of, do you have swimwear? Can we use this swimwear to solve more problems? This is Shelby Sapp bringing her own bikini to New York Swim Week. Swim Week is in Miami. It's Miami Swim Week. Problem. New York Fashion Week didn't have a swim week. Solution. Billionaire Shelby Sapp doing a fashion show called Swim Week Miami in New York. That's solving problem using this one trick called a hashtag external API. And I do dare say external API outside of the application protocol interface. Because normally heterosexual normative guys like myself don't own women's clothing, okay? I don't even like going shopping. I don't even like going lingerie shopping. Do people even do that anymore? Which is Lulu, lemon, guacamole. You're looking at a future ambassador of Lulu. Why do I get to be ambassador? Because I'm asking the question, hey, Lulu, do you guys have a bathing suit? Or am I going to have to try to swim in the X-Back in a yoga top? Lululemon, is there bikini? Lululemon, is there a form of swimwear? I don't know what you're asking. I don't know what you're asking. What are you asking? Was there a question there somewhere? I don't know what your question is. But that's okay, because maybe instead of asking things that are non sequitur, which I'm not seeing, why don't you respond to what I'm saying? Or are you a robot and you can't hear things? There you go. There you go. There you go. So you're not responding. You're a robot. And this is not me saying that you're a computer robot, because that would actually be an improvement. You're a human robot. You're a cunt. You're negative technology influenced, where you're not even able to listen and talk like a human. You're just going to say, "Oh, what's your favorite sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich?" Or just whatever kind of cunt retarded things that retarded cunts say. Which is back to this video, Psycho Saturday, which is, I do care enough about you to try to train you to no longer be a cunt. There you go. There you go. Whatever the opiate of you being a robot is. Because you don't have to continue to be a no pussy cunt NPC, no pussy cunting. The most important viewer of this video, the most important viewer, the most important viewer of this video is Larry Chang. That's the most important viewer. In the same way that if you're keeping a journal, the most important reader and consumer of your own writings is you. And thank you for telling me that you're never journaling, because if you were to journal, then you would have a slightly improved brain. Thank you for watching while simultaneously not liking, because I've got another viewer. I've got another viewer. I think they're galloping in. Somebody, 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 somebody. Are you that somebody? Are you that somebody? Are you that somebody? Are you that somebody? Because this video is one of my best performing videos. I'm at over 4 likes on 7-Eleven Day. It's the 1 year anniversary, as we're gonna ride in. We're riding in on a 1 year anniversary of Web 12. Riding in, baby. Riding in. Good job flashing the like button. Good job flashing the like button. There's a hashtag for it. It's called Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Chang Stop. It's all one thing, and you capitalize the stop, can't stop, won't stop, chain stop. They're, the first words are capitalized. So you can talk about mental health, but this video has encompassed 17 factors causing cunts to go crazy. Pretzel. In 2 words, pussy pretzel. You said madness, you said mental health. Your brain is connected to your penis. I have to manage my masculine energy. This is the patriarchy explaining how your vagina works. When your brain is in a pretzel, your vagina turns into a pretzel. This is your vagina at lack of ease. I might even borderline say it dis-ease. So you might say that I have one bikini, but I actually have more than one bikini. Normally, I just throw them away if she leaves them. But this bikini I kept. Why? I kept it because actually, I'm going to throw it away. I don't know why I kept it. So, the reason I have multiple bikinis is she's going to think she's going to be offered a used bikini. You might think that I'm not a billionaire. You might think that I'm cheap. But what you can't argue with is 3 billionaires lived in a house with a pool. Let's call them Prashant, Kenny, and Luke. Because there's a pool and they wanted women to swim in the nude. They wanted women to skinny dip in the pool. So, skinny dipping in the pool, that's actually not a good thing. And I don't want to go into some water treatment specifics, but you really don't want to have women swimming in a pool naked. That was hard for me, but I did it out of love. I did it out of love. Come back with another user profile. Gonna time out my one Christian viewer for dropping in Jesus spam. Come back better after your timeout. Come back better after your timeout. There are people that have never met a Christian that was adding value. And when you're a Christian spammer, some people who are not Christian are going to think negatively of Christian spammers. Therefore, come back better after your timeout. But it looks like you're just going room to room. It looks like you're doing what you're doing. I forgive your Christian spam. Let's pray about it. Father Lord, thank you for the content of Bikini. Thank you for our time of fellowship. Thank you for no skinny dipping in my pool. No skinny dipping in my pool. Father Lord, thank you for this weekend. Thank you for my body being in tremendously positive health. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Managing cunts, which is the first cunt that you've got to manage is the cunt between your own ears. Thank you for telling me what you've been up to this morning. Isn't working on your car and repairing your vehicle proactively, I'm guessing? Doesn't that just feel amazing? Because we should be thankful that we have a car. We should be thankful that we have a car. We should also be thankful that we're able to be proactive with a car. Because some people only repair their car when it's dead. This is Caucasian people understanding technology. I need some N-word. I just came up with one. Because thank you for telling me your ethnicity. Been busy with car maintenance this morning. This is what Caucasian people do, is we repair our own shit. I'm going to guess you swapped out the transmission fluid. I bet it's fluids. What does it mean to duck factors causing cunts to go crazy? It's realizing that all the fake money in the world is causing people to wear down. It's causing people to lose sleep. It's causing people to be cunts to each other. This is why more social programs aren't going to work, which lead to socialism. Because there's not enough Chinese people like Larry Chang to make the world a better place. Because look at how hard I work here. This is actually my best performing video. I've got a double-digit number of likes. Ooh, swapped out the battery that was being problematic. Paint penned in a date of install. I see. So you wrote on a battery. So you did the paint pen on the battery, so that way you'll remember that it's 7/11/26. I like that. I like that. When was the last time you did your transmission fluid? Is your car over 200,000 miles? Let's meditate for the health of your car. Oh, this is your first battery swap. Is this crazy how I can do a reading? I'm going to guess your car. I'm going to guess your car. You don't have to tell me. This is your first video? What is your first name? You know what? I don't need your first name. I'm going to say, wow. Yeah. That's cool. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh my God. Are you swapping out a battery below 60,000 miles? Okay, this is why we're doing this. Because Psycho Saturday, and one of the ways to not go crazy. Wait a minute. How are you a moderator with this is your first video? That is fairly low miles. But how are you a moderator? Did you change your username? It's okay. That stuff's not adding up. So, Psycho Saturdays, 17 factors causing women to go crazy. This is for women or men, which is just try to repair one thing. Make one thing slightly less shitty. I don't see any history. It's showing me that you've only watched one video. Do you ever open your own door and then bam, there's a woman right there? Happens all the time. I love Psycho Saturdays. Are we having a episode of Genius? I believe yes. Do good deeds go punished? Not when I'm doing the good deeds, because I'm not going to be, look at me, I did a good deed. I'm not going to be that guy. Slogan. Slogan. Mm, slogan. No good deed goes unpunished. That's because you're not very street smart about doing your good deeds. If you are astute and have countermeasures, because people want the world to burn, people want the world to be crappy. So when you do a good deed to try to fix the crap, the people that are trying to make it crappy, they're going to shit on you. Do I look like a person who does good deeds and then later gets shat on? No, I'm not. So I got the lovely time of conversing with a police officer in my underwear. Last time I opened the door at this hour for a welfare check, they got called on me for cutting someone off after taking advantage of my kindness. I'm not going to say don't open the door, but I am going to say it doesn't matter if whomever's knocking on my door. Come back with a warrant. Do I want to continue? Heck yeah, I want to continue. Why did my stream even end? That's a question, which is, why was my stream prematurely ended? Thank you for coming in here in detail explaining how to pronounce your first name. What this LGBTQ TT movement needed was a heterosexual leading lesbians and transgender people. We just needed a heterosexual white guy to be answering some pretty basic things, which is one, the inflammation in your stomach, it's causing you to realize, OMG, these processed foods, they taste delicious, but they're actually killing you. This is fake food. This is mush mush. This is seeing that fake money, fake people, fake restaurant experiences is causing your stomach to have real disease, real problems, real circumstances. There's this stack, like a stack of pancakes, but it's a G stack. It's a guy named Gary. He came up with a stack. And what he's trying to do with this stack is he's trying to replicate himself. This is why smart people end up getting smarter. Can you replicate yourself? Have you ever said the joke, if only there could be two of us or three of us? If only there could be more of me. That's what G Stack is. It's a guy named Gary, last name Tan, has a stack. And so what he's doing is he is recreating his own job function. Naval Ravikant talks about, can you productize yourself? What that means is, what are you producing as a person? What are you producing? Me, I produce blondes that become billionaires. Can I productize myself? Absolutely. That's what this is. See, you were confused about how much effort I was putting in. You see, you got your brain all turned around because you're saying, hey, why is he so good and his viewership and audience are so small? Why is he putting this much effort in? Does he not understand what I understand? This is what I fathom. This is what I discovered. This is me giving you the benefit of this video in these sentences. There's always a mentorship that occurs. Either the smart person helps the dumb person become smarter, that's nearly never, or the dumb person helps the smart person understand why they are so dumb. This is where Crabs in a Pot will say, are you making any money doing this? Dollars per hour. Crabs in a Pot, negative people. What is your job? Crabs in a Pot, pulling me. I'm not even a crab. I'm never going to even climb into your pot. This is impossible. I am not going to fit in your little microcosm. I'm not going to fit in your little crabby paws. I am not going to be able to be mitigated by negativity inside of social media, a YouTube Live. Because while you see this as a distribution mechanism called social media, I'm actually just using a portion of YouTube, but mostly using Gemini 4 connected to Grok 4.5, connected to adjacent AIs. Because the reason that this works is I'm building a base camp like Mount Everest. Where what if the base camp for Mount Everest were 5,000 feet above the peak of Mount Everest? Would it make it easier for you to climb? It would, because then you'd be walking down the hill to get to Mount Everest. This is the concept of an activation energy, because when you're having a hard time releasing energy, unlocking profits, an exothermic reaction. And let's say you think that the word exothermic is word salad. But what you don't get is that a catalyst reduces the activation energy required in order to produce an exothermic outcome. What is exothermic? It is a scenario where more energy gets released than you put in. This is the only form of business that is self-fulfilling. This is the only business that is a set it and forget it business, because there is no such thing as a passive income business. Because if it were truly passive income, there'd be a lot of competitors for your business. What there is that seems like the illusion of passive income is an exothermic system. So this is where income spits out and activation energy is required to be put in. So it's an activation energy, and then after you put in the activation energy of what you think money, but what I think is AI, AGI. This is why people think it takes money to make money, because you had to, in the old days, you had to invest in a building, build the foundation, come up with some software, and then start selling the thing. All those things took money. You had to buy a franchise. But now that software eat the world, you don't need any of that. In fact, software is even free. AI is eating software. This is the concept that this video works on, which is Psycho Saturday. Software ate the entire world, but people aren't walking and talking as if software ate the entire world. This is the concept of a passive income business. Is it doesn't take money to then release more money. That's what people think of as passive income. I'm going to buy a rental property. My principal, interest, taxes, insurance are going to be in one direction. To repeat those, it's principal, which is the principal amount of money, interest on top of the principal, taxes and insurance, PITI. I'm going to invest so that way more money comes out and I can be cash flow positive. That's an exothermic reaction where you're putting energy in and then more energy is being taken out. That's a profit. There's no other way to make profit unless there's an exothermic outcome. This is why the activation energy right now is below zero, meaning it doesn't take money to make money. And people, they get so upset about that because it's the first time in the history of humans that you've not needed money to make money. But then viciously attacking people that 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 don't want to read a library book, don't want to read the README file, don't want to input systems into their brain. So the spoken word or watching a podcast, that's the only way information goes in. But people aren't learning very well because there's a bunch of fake stuff that makes you think you're learning. This is what motivational speakers have known since Jim Rohn, Og Mandino, Earl Nightingale. This information just bubbles up to the forefront of my brain because my brain is a very good brain because I'm running 5 brains right now. Put a pin in that. So, motivational speakers know this. Get people to think, and audience will hate you. Get people to think, and nobody's going to buy shit all from you. But get people to think that they're thinking, and people will love you. People will do anything for you. I don't want you to buy something from me. I don't want that. Therefore, and I don't care if you like me. I don't. I'm popular without needing to be popular on YouTube. This is why I will get you to really think. What are your thoughts on this? And notice how people's rectum, what? You want my thoughts on something? Don't worry, the bar is really low. What are your thoughts on getting information into your brain? Do you realize that the only way and the best way to get information in your brain is to read? Because when somebody's telling you a story, I want to punch myself in the dick. What am I, 5 years old? Where the story is going to slowly leak out. The spoken word makes people learn slow. That's learning on slow mode. Maybe you don't see what's going on in the world, but there are more changes going on now than ever in the history of humanity. The reason that's a problem is if you're having a hard time adapting to new conditions, you're going to be screwed. And I'm talking screwed in the way that women are screwed after their men got pillaged. Do you see how, like, there's no helping women? Women are like, I don't care. My man died. I got another man. They're going to be pillaging my pussy. I kind of like it. This is what's causing women to go crazy. These are the factors, which is there's no men that are going to be saving women. Did you hear about the groomer gang? Some European guy tried to interrupt a rape, and then the guy got killed, and then the raper kept on raping next to his dead body. So when you're not able to process new information, this is ODA: observe, orient, decide, and act. There's a segment of the population refusing to act. There's a segment of the population refusing to even get a driver's license when they turn 16 years old. This is all by design. We're in a system that's meant to demoralize you. We're in a system where YouTube actively squashes content. Maybe it's not as canceled as beer virus vaccine videos, but I believe in a choice for a vaccine. And I do dare say Texans for a vaccine choice. This button is the best button in the world. Dickie is obviously pro-choice, pro-vaccine choice. ODA: observe, orient, decide, act. ODA: it's what fighter pilots need to possess. ODA: observe, orient, decide, act. When you're observing and orienting, this is how most people do it. Hey, what do you think of that guy, Larry Chang? Gossip, gossip, gossip. Oh, I hear he takes down a lot of puss. Gossip. What do you think his political leanings are? Instead of gossiping about people, why don't we chat and gossip and discuss ideas? ODA: observe, orient, decide, act. The only way that new information is coming to us is not on a book on tape or an audio book or a podcast that we're listening to in the background. Why do you never have dead time, or is some amplified programming always on in your background? This is why you need dead time, because your brain is set to spiked dopamine, where when was the last time you made something? When was the last time you built something? When was the last time you read something? When was the last time that you wrote something out? When you're having a hard time producing, when you're having a hard time orienting, you're not understanding cowboys understanding the negative technology of your smartphone might be destroying your brain. 17 factors causing cunts to go crazy, which is, can you spend 2.5 minutes? I almost said 3 minutes. I realize that you're time pressed. I've never met more people under time pressure than an unemployed female. Seriously, the busiest people that I know are females that don't have a job. So This is going to be under 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes to 5 minutes per day, making the world around you slightly better. This is what I'm talking about. It's going to take me 30 minutes to walk you through this. Or you can just do what I'm going to tell you to do, which is 2.5 to 5 minutes a day. Pick up 3 pieces of trash that you did not litter. Why? Because what you'll do is you'll wire your consciousness. Because as new age fruity as this sounds, we are all connected. So when you pick up a piece of trash that you did not drop, you are now solving a problem. Have you ever heard in a relationship when your woman starts to vent her problems, you're supposed to just listen and never solve her problems? Well, this is also why women never pick up a piece of trash that they didn't produce. In fact, women produce a lot of trash. Women are by far the trashiest gender. Have you seen attractive women's toilet? It looks like her asshole exploded in where the porcelain barely contained it. The way that the is destroyed her toilet, you know that some of her defecation splashed onto her thigh. Why is this a observation? It's that you're not keeping things clean. You're not organized. The thing that's barely presentable is your face that's bubbled up and botoxed. It's a facade. It's literally one of those shitty buildings that is shitty, and then the landlord decides, I'm going to throw up a facade and try to dump this building for 15 cents on the dollar. Does picking up your dog's poop count as picking up trash? What a great question. What kind of dog do you have? What kind of dog do you have? Do you remember me? It's been a while, but we had fun times. No clue who you are. No clue. What is your name? So, when your dog drops a doogie and you pick it up, that's your responsibility. But here's the thing that's going to really expand your brain, which is everywhere that Tom Brady shits, my dog's name's Tom Brady, everywhere he shits becomes 5 to 100% nicer. In fact, if you own property, you should pay me 500 grand for Tom Brady to come do some business on your property. Why? Because I pick up over 100% of Brady's shit. How does the math work there? This is how the math works. Is there are certain dog parks. It is wall to wall shit. Because what happens when one person doesn't pick up, the entire area is a responsibility free zone. Look at your question. Look at your question, which is look at how butthurt Jimmy is. Oh, Larry, that hurts. We're not trying to use the currency of guilt. We're not trying to be women that are guilt as your currency. That's good that your dog is shitting healthy shit. So, when your dog is dropping doogie, look for doogie near your dog and then pick that up too. 1. Dogs eat other dog shit because most dog owners feed their dog shit. It's processed food, it's kibble, it's brown bits of cardboard with a little bit of flavoring and mystery meat. So that's why dogs who have a nutrition deficiency, they'll eat anything to try to get that deficiency met. That's why dogs will eat shit. Eating shit causes disease. Therefore, mitigate another dog's disease, not yours. My dog would never eat other dog shit because my dog eats the best shit. My dog doesn't even eat treats when he's on a walk because I've trained him to eat treats only at home. If he eats a treat on a walk, he's screwed. Screwed! So instead of guilt and guilting, why don't you tell me when we last hung out? You're like one of those women that's like, do you know my name? Do you remember me? What's my name? Why don't you just lubricate? Why don't you just lube? Why don't you just lubricate and just do what my one LinkedIn contact does, Rolf Botha, which is, hi, I'm Rolf. I'm your friend Rolf Botha, where he'll proactively give you their name. Why don't you just proactively versus pay attention to me? Squeaky wheel, squeaky wheel, squeaky wheel. Oh, don't you feel guilty? I don't care. You're interrupting this, which is, how does information enter your brain? Are you so dopamine deprived that you need to be like, oh, Jimmy, I totally remember you? Should I remember you? I have a toy poodle mix. I have a Shih Tzu. It poops. Its poops look like you. Are you happy? Because you're telling me that you don't have a dog. Oh my God. You're telling me you don't have a dog? No dog? Patty Milky says, I have a cane corso. Oh, he's cute. What's your dog's name? What's your dog's name? Your cane corso. What's your name? Come back better after your timeout. I caught you lying. I caught you lying. Come back better after your timeout. I have a Jack Russell Terrier, and I'm making sure his poop looks good. Oh, you sound like a healthy dog owner. This is what happens when you make sure that your dog's poop looks good, is that your shit is tighter. You literally got your shit together. Hot girl bathroom toilet bowl audit. Did you say auditing a hot girl's toilet bowl? Yeah. Because if her toilet bowl is filthy, she's probably not going to be tasting the best down there. She might be smelling so bad that I'm going to need to double bag my penis. I don't want her DNA infusing into my DNA. 1, she's not going to be on top because her fluids are going to drop. 2, it might be hot tub only sex. 3, it might be ocean only sex. I'm going to need to find the saltiest ocean ever because that ocean water, it actually does wonders in helping me avoid STDs. And if STDs are foreign to you, if you're not having sex, good for you. Let's keep your bang number under 4, ladies. I caught you pretending to be a man. You're a woman lying, pretending to be a man. Waylon the Cane Corso. What's your favorite thing about Waylon? Like, what cute thing does he do that you appreciate the heck out of him? And how does he react to bigger dogs? Or, because it's a Cane Corso and it's got that short hair, how does he respond to a fluffy Australian Shepherd, or a Bernese Mountain Dog, or a Newfoundland, or a what's that Samoyed? You know those fluffy white dogs? It's only 70 pounds, but with the fluff, it looks like he's 230 pounds. So, 2.5 to 5 minutes a day, you pick up other dogs' shit. Why do you do this? Because your spirituality will magnanimously become greater, and karma will flip you a bone. If you're a woman and you have a dog, it's going to flip you a boner, a really, really, really nice boner, even though my pattern is full. Oh, Waylon's very social. He goes to work with me. How does he respond to a large, fluffy white dog? You know how, like, some dogs with short hair really think that a fluffy white dog isn't just fluff? Like, they have short hair and they think that a fluffy white dog is actually 250 pounds. Have you seen one of those fluffy Newfoundlands? To a Cane Corso, like if I were a 90-pound Cane Corso or a 155-pound Cane Corso, I think that another dog that had more mass would be 300 pounds. We've done quite a few things that are positive within Psycho Saturday. We have programmed cunts to be less cunty. We have improved our world. We've improved ourselves by solving problems. We have also improved we've also improved our Saturday. In you and I connecting person to person, it'd be great if you go into an old video and then tell me what you learned in this video. So that way we can get better video to video. We can also get better Saturday to Saturday, and then we notice, hey, today is 7/11/26, July 11, 2026. Did we get better year to year? Yes, we did, because on July 11, 2025, which we should connect over, I dropped a video called Web 12. And yeah, it sounds like it's a joke, but it's real technology and it's really free. And if you don't make $80,000 with the concept of Web 12 and learning it before 92% of Silicon Valley to 99% of Silicon Valley, then you must not value $80,000 cost of thousands and thousands, tens and tens of thousands of dollars. What's your cost? Zero. Only to remember that Web 12 came out on 1 year ago exactly today. 1 year ago exactly today, on a Thursday.